Next, looking at the next example on the same page. So here again, they've given us the definition of a function. This time they've used the f such that x is mapped onto notation. So let's change that straight away into something that's a little bit more familiar and say y is equal to 6x minus n. Okay, you'll notice in our definition of the function we have x and we also have another unknown n here, but the function variables, the function inputs, are in terms of x. How do I know that? Because of the definition here. The definition used f such that x. So if you prefer, we could say f of x is equal to 6x minus n. Now in part 1, they gave me two pieces of information. They said f of minus 2 is equal to minus 23. So what they've told us there is they've told us both the input and the output. So we know that the input, the x value, is minus 2, and the output, the y value, is minus 23. So if I use both of those pieces of information and fill them into this way of writing the function, I can work out the value of n, which is what I'm asked for here. Find the value of n. So let's do that. I'll say that, well, y is equal to minus 23 and x is equal to minus 2. So I've got an equation there, and let's manipulate this, bring the unknowns to this side, bring the numbers to this side, and we have n is equal to 23 minus 12. So n is equal to 11. If you're ever asked to do something with a function like that, where there was an unknown as part of it that wasn't the input, as soon as you've found that value, you should go ahead and rewrite your function with the updated information. So now we know that y is equal to 6x minus 11. We have our updated function definition. So for part 2, we're now asked to find the value of x for which f of x plus 3 is equal to minus 29. So they're saying that if I fill in x plus 3 everywhere that I have x in my function definition, then the y value will be minus 29. So again, y is equal to 6x minus 11. Sometimes it's useful to write it the other way round because we're used to having the numbers on the right hand side. So what I can say is that 6 times x plus 3 minus 11 is equal to minus 29. Multiply out the brackets. 6x plus 18 minus 11 is equal to minus 29. That gives me 7. So 6x is minus 7 minus 29. 6x is negative 36 minus 36. Divide across by 6 to get a minus 6. So minus 6 is the value of x, which makes this true. Think about what this is saying. It's saying whatever the value is, if I add 3 to it and then sub it in and use that as my input, I'll get minus 29. And check if that's true. X plus 3 would be negative 3, and minus 3 filled into this formula here is minus 18 minus 11, which is minus 29, as expected.